Hello and welcome back. I know I promised you in the previous video that we would be looking at how to install Latex in the various operating systems. But before we get our hands dirty, let's look at the things we are supposed to put in place in order to get Latex running on our machines. That being said, installing Latex locally. Latex is a language, not a program. For that matter, in order to install it, there are lots of tools that we are supposed to install, which means that we would have to download and install multiple programs. Bear in mind, it's a language, not a software where you just run the executable file in order to install it. It has a lot of things. We remembered from the previous video that the Latex is a macro package, which means that it contains lots of packages. So in order to actually get that Latex running on our machine locally, we would have to install several programs in order to do that. Fortunately for us, there are tech distributions. These distributions help us to put all these tools that we need in order to set up a suitable computer system that can be used to create our Latex outputs together. So for these distributions, we have the MacTech, that's meant for Mac OS users. So users using the Macintosh operating system, they have their tech distribution to be a MacTech. For MacTech works for Windows, so those with Windows operating system could use MacTech as their tech distribution, while TechLive is for cross-platform. So it means that those running Linux, Windows, Unix could all use TechLive, but mostly or in most cases, those using Linux actually use TechLive as their tech distributions. Now, we would also need text editors. Bear in mind that it's a markup language, which means that we would have to type lots of commands, and then when we are done, we would have to compile it in order to see a desired output. So we'll need a text editor that can do all those things for us. So these are called smart text editors because they save us time for compilation and then editing at the same time. All you have to do after inputting your markup or your inputs or desired input, you just have to just click a button and then it compiles it and then gives you your desired output. Interestingly, we have lots of these smart editors. For instance, we have the Text Studio, we have the Bakoma Tech, we have the Emacs, the Leaks, TechMaker, amongst others. But for the purpose of this video, we would be using Text Studio. This is by virtue of preference. We just chose to use Text Studio for this tutorial. But if you have any suggestion or you need us to do the same tutorial using any other editor, you can let us know in the comment section below. Now, what if we don't want to run Latex on our machines locally? We would have the online alternative, that's Latex running remotely. So this helps us to easily access our documents anywhere, any day, on any machine at all. So this online Latex helps us to actually collaborate with our friends together at the same time on a particular document, or helps us access our works remotely. So there are lots of online editors such as the Overleaf, the Autoria, the Papiria. Now, for the purpose of this video, we will be using the Overleaf for demonstration purposes. So we'll see how you could actually get started with Overleaf online. Also, Latex extensions. So now we could also use Latex extensions. So if you are a software developer or a programmer and probably you are used to VS Code or Vim, then you could just install Latex extensions for your favorite text editor, that's the VS Code or the VIM, that's the Vim, in order to use Latex, which means that you don't have to download our smart text editors as I said earlier. So if you have VS Code, there are actually lots of extensions, but the one of preference is going to be the Latex Workshop. So if you have VS Code, just go to your marketplace and then search Latex Workshop and you will see that extension there. Follow the prompts, install it, and then you can run all the codes there. So if you have VS Code on your machine, then feel free to install the LaTeX workshop. But we in this video we will be using the VS Code LaTeX workshop as demonstration, so we could see how we can actually convert our favorite text editors into our LaTeX editors. Finally, we could also use LaTeX on our mobile devices, which means that we could create LaTeX documents on our cell phones by the use of WebTech. So for the purpose of this video, we will just be focusing on the desktop ones. We will not put our more attention on the mobile ones. But then if you want us to create any video tutorials on the mobile ones, just kindly let us know in the comment section below. Now that we've gotten all these things out of the way, we can now go ahead and get our hands dirty by installing LaTeX on our Windows machines, our Chromebooks, or our Linux machines. So if you know you have a Windows machine, you can move straight to the next video. If you have a Chromebook, then you can skip that of the Windows and move straight to the installation of the for Chromebooks. If you have a Linux machine, then we could just skip the Windows and then the Chromebooks installation and then move straight to the Linux. We can't wait to start typesetting in LaTeX. If you are new to this and you don't know what LaTeX is, you are asking whether you are at the right place or you are supposed to learn LaTeX, then kindly watch the first video that introduces us to LaTeX so you could know what LaTeX is and why you are supposed to use LaTeX in typesetting your documents. Once again, you are welcome to PSIRDEMATICA. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.